What do you think of this place?
Well, actually, it's pretty crazy. And I mean that literally.
I'm probably just stripper. I trip. I'm schizophrenic, I guess.
After this sun go down, it's a whole different ball game.
It's always a good time here in Sacramento.
I was running all that time and all that right there.
Whatever the city's been doing, it's not working.
The lawsuit over the growing homeless crisis.
The situation is getting dangerous, reaching a tipping point.
The number of people living on the streets surged in the past 3 years to almost 9,300. And while we have an increase in the capital city, San Francisco's homeless population actually went down. So why is that?
Is there anything you would want to say to the mayor here?
Keep it up. Keep running us out of town, running us out of the state.
Step back.
Yeah.
You have one chance to step back. If not, come for your jugular.
Before we get into the doc, please consider joining our Patreon, where we'll be uploading exclusive content and behind-the-scenes updates from the road. Without your support, none of these documentaries are possible. The link is in the description and the pinned comment. Thank you and enjoy the documentary.
Phenomenal people from around the world are coming here.
Why do you think that is?
Why? Have you been anywhere else? The climate's better here. The farmers markets and stuff for produce.
You get a little bit of the country and a little bit of the city. You're not living in San Francisco, you're not living in LA. You still have a little bit of like a country feel in different parts.
Fake, phony. I mean, they're paper. They're faker than their paper. I look at it as fake. You can have all the paper you want to, honey. I'll just take gold. Because you can melt the gold, burn the gold. It ain't going to burn it. I'm still having my gold. Your paper's going to be gone. They follow a script. People who really live out here, there ain't no script. There ain't no shit. It's either survive or die.
Sacramento, the city of sacrifice, and you can get sacrificed here, but if you make it out, God bless you. If not, God bless you.
How would you describe life in Sacramento?
Downright pitiful. Downright pitiful.
A new tiny home community has been approved in Sacramento County. It's one of the latest announced steps towards addressing homelessness.
Their target population is the large camp experiencing homelessness around Roseville Road.
I'm not very happy with the tiny homes.
What happened with the tiny homes?
You can't even lock your own door when you go up front. You have to leave it unlocked. What? So anybody can go in there.
I was assaulted right outside of the place, and they did nothing to the men.
More than half of the assaults that happen to homeless people in Sacramento County go unreported.
It's pretty much been the Wild West out there, and we've got to change that.
Come for your jugular.
They're supposed to been have power. They still don't have their power. Why don't you guys have your electricity here yet?
No electric. It's like
No electric.
It's air conditioner, but
Yeah. Oh, it just doesn't work.
I don't wonder how they're going to get the electricity to us. I
Oh, right.
don't understand what they're doing, how they're doing it.
there's no power right now.
It's probably pretty hot, hey?
Yeah, it's hot.
Obviously, the heat puts a lot of constraints on goddamn everything. Like, it's 111. The houses, like my house, the walls are hot to touch. You go in there, you're sweating profusely.
The city kind of sets up these shelters. They picked this site, which, in January was really great, but now it's just the asphalt itself is just hot.
In these spaces, the porta potties are insanely hot.
I'm not tripping off the porta potties. I personally don't like to use them.
They don't have the staff know how to do seizures, deal with people with seizures.
People are having seizures because of the heat?
Yeah,
And how hot is it like today?
it's 111 today.
Gavin Gearhart was a resident of Sacramento and died on July 7th of a heat stroke. Gearhart was unhoused, and they tell us that they know of a second death related to the heat.
Do you know anything about, we saw like the tiny homes and stuff over there. Do you know the story with that?
We're from tiny.
Oh, you live in there?
We used to.
Really?
Oh.
Yeah, we used to. You're not supposed to have, not even one person to come in to visit you in your own pallet.
Really?
Yeah, and to me, that's discrimination.
So no family can come visit, no friends?
You have to go either talk outside.
Me and another person got into a fight right outside the place, and they put me out.
I personally got a problem with the staff. One day they'll wear their green shirts. The next day they wear plain clothes. You guys are not cops. You know what I'm saying? You're not. I've been on probation. I've been all that. It's not a drug rehab, so you know what I'm saying?
I think it needs to be a lot more rehab rather than just housing, because a lot of those people are on drugs. I mean, that's just all there is to it.
They don't do any rehab work there for
No,
drugs?
they don't.
Nope. They're spending money. Where's it going? Vegetables, it's inside a brown paper bag every single day.
Except for, you know, for like twice a week, they will give you hot lunches and stuff.
Pork and beans and hot dogs not considered hot lunch. I mean, it can be, but come on now.
I mean,
it's
but you don't even have your rules listed anywhere. They don't even have the rules set up right, and the rules. I'm not a child.
Yeah, now that I agree.
I'm not a child.
The rules they have set up, they got the facility.
They
rules,
haven't listed
but then
as
every staff member is not professional or have the extensive experience.
Yeah.
Well, they have it.
And they're just like us.
Rights and responsibilities.
Just like us.
All these people are all adults. We have 10 o'clock curfews, and we're not allowed to drink alcohol anymore. Most people in there are alcoholics. Give me a break. They're going to drink alcohol one way or the other.
They don't even try to help anybody get a job. Like, I can't work personally, but I'm doing worse now than when I first came to the pallet home. See what I'm saying?
Wow, so this is
it did nothing but make my life worse.
Do they help you all try to get out of here, you know, find work or housing outside of this?
Yeah. I've been here 2 months. It's all up to the person too. The person has to want it too. If you don't want it, you're just gonna be here just for the ride, you know what I'm saying? That's what you're gonna get. But it's like a squeaky wheel. It don't get oil unless you're squeaking.
Yeah.
Yeah. I don't want people being miserable. I don't like it. I want everybody to have a home. No matter if it's a 1-bedroom or 20 bedroom mansion. At least a home somewhere you call home.
It's not heaven, but it damn sure ain't here. You understand what I'm saying?
Everything's not perfect. You can't get on them for everything. It could be worse. It could be worse.
Some people, they're okay, they're stable, you know, maybe for a month, and all of a sudden, boom! What the hell are they doing?
All they do is they just start stocking on body bags.
I'm probably just a stripper. I trip. I'm schizophrenic, I guess.
How do you deal with that?
I don't. I don't think I shove it away. I put it somewhere. Again. When I think about it, talk about it, that's obviously criminal.
Hey, sorry. Do you guys know how we get in there at all?
We live here. You have to be like, where do you live?
We don't live here.
We want to know how people get on here. Is that what you're saying?
We want to know. We're trying to do a story to see if they're treating people well here.
No.
They're not treating them well?
No, they're not.
No, I got kicked out one time already.
They find anything to make.
Can I tell? Okay, so we were here the first time. So the day room, we got kicked out once, and then we got reinstated because we have a daughter. We're trying, you know what I mean? We got kicked out after 8 days because when I charge, there's a day room where you charge all your stuff, you know, your portables, whatever. Friends got stolen. We asked them to look at the cameras, whatever. They said there's nothing they could do. They were in my face, hunted me down, showing me camera, like footage of me stealing this and put it in my bag. And I was like, I didn't steal it. Like I'm telling you guys. And the next day at noon, I got a discharge letter. We got kicked out on the streets.
Whoa.
With all of it. It's 6 plastic garbage bags after we had to throw away all of our shit to come in here, you know.
Keep your eyes open, like while you're talking to them. Keep your eyes open, just people who are around you. There's probably 2 million people watching this, and the first chance they get, take your hands off these cameras, they're gonna be gone.
Not only have the homeless stolen hundreds of their wooden pallets, they also claim police won't do anything to address the issue.
Somebody took my bike, turned around and laughed at me.
We've been robbed, we've been broken into, we've been vandalized, $100,000 plus of damages. Enough's enough.
There's businesses shutting down on Broadway and stuff because of the homeless population. And they were coming into the neighborhood and stealing bikes and all kinds of stuff.
After being here about 30 days, we're actually sleeping right on the corner here, and someone came and stole our luggage. My suitcase are behind my head, like everything. They stole everything.
How can I tell my children that there's evil people? Not evil, but devilish. They're.
Why do you say that?
To have somebody mind fuck. Does that make sense?
Yeah.
The wife did that to me for 20 years. And I says, don't you feel anything? We have 2 children, 20 years, nothing. What do you want me to feel? My blood is cold and my heart is a stone. My mother warned me about women like that. And she said, Mijo, never give your money, all your money, all your love to a woman. When she met her, she said, hey, I don't like that woman. I'm like, nah, mothers are like that, right? She was right.
We heard that you'd be good to talk to out here.
Who said that? In this area is the community, the village, the togetherness, and just put the frickin' put that friggin' Mercedes or that, you know, big home or that jet, put that all aside and let's, you know, let's figure this out. Because, I mean, if we don't, it's just gonna get worse. I'm sitting here working my butt off. I deserve this. It's I. As long as it's gone, the we, I think.
So you think people are more selfish these days?
Very, very selfish, you know, and in their right mind, they're right. I don't think that, I don't think they were born that way. I don't think any of us were born that way. I think that due to the environment and things that have happened, you know, that whatever they experienced or didn't experience or get to, that it kind of molds them into, you know, who they are and what they're doing today. And you grew up around believing and you weren't given an opportunity or a chance or a choice to think or do differently, then that's what it is. I will go there and ask them if it would be okay for you guys to come up. I don't know if any pictures are going to be, but let me go double check just to make sure. Okay. The cool ones are on duty, so that's a good thing. They do good work.
Okay.
Yeah.
Jump
We don't
on
have
these
AC,
railroad.
we don't have nothing. But it's not their fault. The trailers, they have no running water, no electricity. We don't have no fans. It's not their fault. They're doing what they're supposed to do, and they're doing the job.
What do you think they need? Is it more funding? Is it more houses?
It's more funding.
It's more funding.
It's more staff. It's more people. We need a lot of resources because there's a lot of us out here. And you guys are from just
Phoenix for.
okay.
Yeah.
Glad to see.
Yeah. Cool.
I know we are.
Hello.
Yeah.
We heard you guys were like the cool guards, and we're doing a story about, you know, if people are liking this. We've heard a lot of good things. We've heard other complaints.
We're just kind of managing the heat. That's kind of been the
Pretty
main
bad,
concern these last couple of days. Each day's been about 110 degrees or so.
Yeah.
You know, we had a phrase, it's better than a tent. You know, a lot of the people that were coming off the streets were coming in tents, you know, around the city, and here they have their own private shelter, which is not something that a lot of other shelters in Sacramento can offer.
No.
They're not.
The day I opened my mouth to say something, it was now a point where he's crazy. He's losing it. I think I gotta send him to cuckoo.
Dang.
Yeah. You got that Biden.
Yeah.
He's a joke. I hate to say it, but he's a joke.
Why do you say that?
I don't think he really knows what's going on. Sometimes when he's doing his interviews and stuff, he's like, da, 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 da. China right now is talking all the time.
The Sacramento Kings. Go
The Kings, yeah. I mean, I love the area.
Great food. Yeah, I would say they have definitely gotten a lot of better restaurants.
Grow lots of fresh fruits and vegetables.
Oh, best fruits here.
Processing tomatoes are huge up here.
Sacramento, an agricultural powerhouse for over a century, now feeding Uncrustables to the homeless in their tiny home paradise.
What would you say in Sacramento? Do you think there's more evil people or good?
Well, Sacramento is a capital. There's more people per square inch or foot, right?
Hey, how's it going, dude?
So you guys interview people?
Yeah, you wanna talk about your thoughts?
Yeah, I could do that. But there's a lot of good things, a lot of bad things. I've been through like 2 other shelters before I got here. Both of those, you were staying in like a room with like all the other men in the facility. The first one, you were sleeping on the floor with a mat. I don't even think they gave you a pillow. The second one, they had like bunk beds, but another like dorm full of men. So this actually has like privacy, which is unattainable on the street. You know, I hadn't had my own space to sleep for about a year before I got here.
In the Kickout Alley. In the police.
This is Kickout Alley here. Everybody who over here got kicked out. Yeah, we call this Kickout Alley. That's Kickout Corner, because then everybody just wind up basically because they have nowhere to go. They just wind up camping around here. I got kicked out back in May 25th, and I'm going through a 60-day suspension. So basically, I got to do 60 days out here on the streets before I can go back into here. But see, good thing I had a car though, so I hit Kickout Alley cool, so I was good. For real, this is Love Island, bro. This right here is off the hood. Don't get kicked off the island. So if you ain't got no lifeboat, it's all bad. I just be out here selling waters and stuff now. Like, man, y'all wanna buy some water? I got a water. I got my jump starter inside of my car. You know what I had to do? Y'all wanna buy some water? I had to sneak my jump starter in there every night just so I can get it in there with the inverter and plug it up. Got my little food stuffs, got my ice and stuff. So I said, since I'm waiting to get back into the system, all right, well, I got water for sale too. Y'all wanna buy some water? And you might be able to buy a bag of chips.
What do you think of this place?
Well, actually, it's pretty crazy. And I mean that literally.
20 years.
I mean, I'm sure everyone is better. I don't want to hurt people anymore.
It's not living, surviving, and these people out here are just trying to survive, and just a blanket, a pair of socks, a simple smile, a toothbrush, a piece of bread, a glass of water, ice, oh my gosh, ice was like ice is like a Mercedes-Benz, okay? If you had ice, you were the shit. I'm telling you, if you had ice, you were the shit. If you had a cold drink, you were the shit. If you had a bowl of cereal, you were the king. I'm telling you, you were the king of ice cream. Oh my gosh, just little things like that we have every day growing up, or even our kids have. That really humbles. I think if it doesn't humble you, then it kills you. I mean, it gives you no choice. It really does. And like I said, if it doesn't humble you, I'm not saying you'll physically die, but your soul will. And I can see why. You know, because people aren't given that idea. Just the idea of, hey, try this. Hey, this works for me. Because everybody's so worried about being the next best or living the next day.
Wow.
You know, they'll step all over you. And they don't want to. It's just, it becomes a natural instinct for people who are just trying to survive.
It's the disparity. There's a lot of people, you know, the state workers pretty much hold the economic thing together, but if you don't have a state job, you're screwed.
I think it's ironic that like this is the state capital. It's like this, you know what I mean? That's kind of wild. Because Gavin Newsom and all of them, they're just out in the street at that Capitol building. Right here, like you said, you're getting your luggage stolen. You're just trying to survive. There's a lot of people just trying to survive here, man.
Right here. Like 56 where you're standing. Right back there where I sleep. Every night. Either I'll end up having to kill someone.
Dear Lord, let me knock somebody out of this world. Let me knock somebody out in this world before I leave, right? And somebody volunteered, took my bike, turned around and laughed at me. Said, let me just give him his drug, keep him happy, and then when he's smoking it, stuff it down his mouth. And a couple of knockouts. About a week later, my fingers turned like that.
Here in Sacramento, shit, it's either kill or be killed. That's the way it is. They cost too many lives before the government gets this problem under control.
If you could tell Mayor Steinberg or Gavin Newsom, you know, one piece of your thoughts about the homeless situation, what would you say?
Or stay here one night, see.
Let him spend, well, one night, no, he has to at least talk. One night would be.
Come check it out.
That's actually a good point.
Yeah.
If the mayor really wanted to know, you should spend a couple nights here.
You can go anywhere in Sacramento and see like really nice houses, and you wonder why don't you have one? You know, why don't you even have a decent apartment to live in?
When the condo fell through, I had never experienced it like that before in my life. I mean, I've lost everything up-teen times. I mean, you learn not to even have, you know, and to learn how just to make that hustle just to survive. I mean, it's not just located with homeless, but I mean, to survive. I mean, especially with the heat and with the rain and with no help.
Can you describe that first
yes.
day?
That first day,
very first day, you're like, I'm gonna be sleeping.
I was in a creek bed. Okay, we didn't even have a tent. We thought we like downsized beyond measure. We had the little car full. We had a cube, and I just looked around and I don't think I was in shock. I think my first thought was, okay, we can do this. This is only temporary. We were like camping. We told ourselves it's just going to be like camping for maybe a month or two, you know, because the organization said they're going to get with us, or it's only going to be temporary. And then when their temporary became more like permanent, and they quit talking to you, and it's just you, your partner, and the tent makeshift home.
When you lose all your stuff like that, what's the first thing you think about losing? What's that first item that you really miss?
Shoes.
I was passing by this place and I'm like, what, new boots? My size? Thank you.
Yeah, those are really cool.
Hey, you got the point boots.
Yeah, dude.
Boots
cowboy boots.
Shoes, shoes, shoes. My feet have never been so dirty in my whole entire life. It never hurt so bad in my whole entire life. I mean, they hurt bad. Calluses, corns, then fingernails, and the lack of nourishment, because that all plays a part in your mental and your confidence, or it breaks you down, it tears you down, your body, your soul, and if you're not, I believe if you're not really connected with your whoever you consider your higher power, or whatever, God, without that, I would have been destroyed.
When I'm going through something, what helped me survive, besides God and the angels, was I would shut down, and I became very, very good at shutting down. I was about to get kicked out, but I knew that this was very, very vitally important to my next step. My career. So by all means, I didn't want that, and I prayed and I asked God to help me, man, communicate what I need to communicate to these people.
You seem really positive. How do you stay this?
How do I stay positive? My higher power, God. A year ago, like I said, you would not even be talking like this. I couldn't even. You lose your speech. You lose everything that you learned. You're not talking like you used to talk. You don't act the way you used to. You act out of character. You jump out of character because the survival takes it out of you. It demands it of you. He knows I'm going to stumble. He knows I'm going to fall. And he knows I'm going to make mistakes, but he knows our hearts. See? And all people don't get to know the heart. They just see what they want to see. And most people, they're going to give them to them because to give all that genuine kindness, love, and all that humbleness to somebody who doesn't recognize it, it gets tiring. And I've cursed, and I've given up, I've thrown my hands up, I give up. But like I said, when at the end of the day, I lay my head down, or I just close my eyes for a minute, and then there's that one-on-one, and it makes it all worthwhile, because then you can't buy that shit.
There might be people watching this that aren't spiritual in any way whatsoever. What would you say to them?
Oh man, that spiritual connection, that warmth, I had a spiritual awakening back in 2019. I went to sleep and I woke up and I was looking, and I still look different eyes. I see a different world today. I feel a different. I love differently. When you just sit there and you just take 5 seconds, 5 minutes, and just get back to where you are, yourself, your soul, your character, and you just give it to a higher power. I give everything over to him. I have my fears, my worries. If I'm in fear or worries, I'm not praying. And to live like that today, it's priceless. You couldn't offer me. You offer me a freaking mansion, Bentleys. You can offer me a freaking private island. But yeah, you weren't taking this. My freedom and my God is what I have today. And can't nobody take that from me. You can't buy that shit.
Do you have a final message to the mayor of the town or Gavin Newsom or anything?
Well, my daughter, she went up to you when she was 5 when you were practicing your speech, and you're all right with her, but man, come on, get that down here with the people. Really, you gotta look past all you want. People look at you, look past all your, and vote for you. Well, guess what? Get out here and look past all the bullshit and come out here and see the real people. Get connected, because that's the only thing that's gonna make a difference. You have to get your hand dirty while you're sleeping. Just talk to the people. Listen to the people. That's half the battle right there. Wow. That's half the battle.